Good afternoon. I am Staff Sergeant Gabrielle Perras, and I will be the narrator for today's change of command ceremony, where we will recognize the change in leadership of the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron from Major Chad Wharton to Major Tia Alf. During the course of today's events, there will be several times at which those in attendance will be asked to stand. During the national anthem, military members will stand at attention. It is appropriate for civilian guests to place their right hand over their heart. From ancient times, armies throughout the world have conducted ceremonies to commemorate victory over the enemy, to honor comrades in arms, and to celebrate special occasions such as the changing of command. In modern times, the primary purpose of the change of command is to allow units to witness the formal transfer of total responsibility, authority, and accountability from one officer to another. These ceremonies have added color and pageantry to military life while preserving tradition and stimulating esprit de corps. Our goal today is to continue the change of command tradition while recognizing the geographical constraints and current global conditions of the world we are in. We are grateful to Major Chad Wharton for his hard work and accomplishments in commanding the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron, and we hope this ceremony will provide a sense of closure while acknowledging the transition of Major Tia Alf as the new commander. For those in attendance, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem and the invocation given by Chaplain John Ritter.
Please be at ease. Philippians, the 2nd chapter, verse 3 says this: "Do nothing from selfishness or empty conceit, but only with humility of mind regard one another as more important than yourselves." I invite you to pray with me. Almighty God, today is an important day. It is the passing of the guidon of leadership from one to another. Today we say goodbye to Major Chad Wharton as the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron Commander. He has been a man who has cared for his airmen by mentoring them, guiding them, and showing each one how to be a solid leader. I pray today, Lord, that he, Susan, Sydney, and Claire will be overwhelmed with blessings as they transition on to a new assignment. May your presence be with them at every turn as they look to new ways to lead. Today, Lord, we also welcome our new leader, Major Tia Alf. As Tia takes the reins of leadership today, I ask that she be blessed with great success. May she find great satisfaction in guiding and mentoring and blessing those whom she is entrusted to lead. May she walk in those words written to the people of Philippi, to walk in humility while she finds strength and encouragement as she tackles this new season of life. Bless her and each one of us as we endeavor to succeed in accomplishing the mission of freedom for our nations and families. Help us, Lord, to always look to you for our strength in all that we do. In your holy and precious name, I ask these things. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Ritter, for those inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the official party. Presiding over today's ceremony is the Commander, 92nd Mission Support Group, Colonel Michael Johnson, accompanied by his wife, Tina. The outgoing Commander, Major Chad Wharton, accompanied by his wife, Susan, and his daughters, Sydney and Clara. The incoming Commander, Major Tia Alf, accompanied by her wife, Emily Hahn, her parents, Bill and Francie Alf, and her grandparents, retired Senior Master Sergeant Robert and Master Sergeant Carol Albright. We would also like to thank all group, deputy group, and squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, and members of Team Fairchild in attendance virtually today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium the presiding officer for today's ceremony, Colonel Johnson.
Today, change of command is smaller than what we're typically used to. Kind of used to a much larger event. Changes of commands, even this one, as you'll see, will have a lot of traditions, pageantry, and a lot of ceremony to it. And that's important. It goes back to our history and our lineage. So as one commander takes a squadron from another commander, and continuity of leadership continues to go. Change of command ceremonies are long-honored military events. In a few minutes, we're going to see command responsibilities peacefully passed from Major Wharton to Major Alf. To me, change of command ceremonies are really a bittersweet event. A little bit bitter because we say goodbye to Chad and Susan and their family, but also kind of great because we get to meet some new folks, Tia and Emily. And I want to say welcome to Team Fairchild. We're excited to have you all here. Tina and I consider ourselves extremely blessed to have had the opportunity to get to know the Wharton family over the past couple of years. And I know that y'all continue to do great things as you move forward. Chad and Susan, you've been a great team, and we're going to miss you both very much. But I know that you're going to do great at your next assignment, and they're lucky to have a commander and spouse that will do a great job for them and love their people. Tia and Emily, we're looking forward to getting to know both of you, and I'm sure you'll love the community here in Spokane as much as we do. I want to tell you a few things about Major Wharton, what he's been able to accomplish with the LRS team that we have. He's definitely led the wing in finding innovative ways to create and to increase productivity, which bled over into every section within his squadron. Just a few of the things that they did that we'll talk about today, we'll be here for a long time if I continue to talk about all the things that they've been able to lead forward. One was the weapons part cleaner and the gas mask cleaner, and just saved a lot of time, a lot of manpower, and a lot of money to be able to do some things in-house. They also installed a vehicle fluids tester in the vehicle maintenance section. All three not only saved us manpower, but they also saved us funding. And there were new innovative ways and ideas to get things done. The fluids tester I thought was pretty cool, because right now, you know, when you do your fluids change in your car, your oil and everything like that, we just do it on a timed event, right? Every so many months or every so many miles. Well, a lot of our vehicles don't get a lot of miles on them, so the fluids tester actually measures that and says, no, it's still good, it can go another few months. So not only does that save us manpower, saves us money, but it's also a clean thing for the environment because we're not getting rid of a bunch of oil that we don't need to get rid of. So great thing for the taxpayers, great things for the people of the state of Washington, that we're not putting more things into the environment than we have to, or take more things out. Led right along in line with Colonel Sami's Think Green initiative for the installation to get better at those kind of things. He led LRS in planning and executing AMC's largest exercise, Mobility Guardian 19. To put things in perspective, his squadron almost doubled in size as we ramped up to execution time. With the influx of personnel, Chad didn't skip a beat in leading a much larger unit than he was used to. He received airmen from 26 different squadrons throughout the Air Force. That's a lot of different people, a lot of different squadrons to be able to bring into a single team. And in a matter of days, he was able to lead them in supporting almost 400 missions over a 20-day exercise. He also took the exercise as an opportunity to test the prototype forced bear base UTC and the bladder liner, which was a first for the Air Force. The test confirmed our capability to rapidly transport, set up, and operate fueling operations in a contested environment, and is a huge step forward in the Air Force's ability to project power throughout the world. If you look at the things that are going on in the Pacific Theater and the future of war and how we're going to have to do war and how we're going to have to go back to the future, right? We're going to have to go back to World War II times and talk about island hop in the future if we ever have to get in a fight out there. This allows us to do that because it quickly and safely is able to move fueling points around, and they were able to test that here because he worked with the folks who had that equipment and said, absolutely, you can test it during the exercise, and it was a resounding success. As a matter of fact, everything was such a great success that the AMC commander herself stated that it's the best support that she's ever seen. So great job. He continually seeks to think ways to make things better. Over the last 2 years, he has executed a vision to bring the Cargo Deployment Center up to standards. First time I walked in there and saw what our men and women had to work with, some of the scales that they had to lug around, well over 200 pounds. They would slide out from underneath vehicles. It was a hazard. Because of his vision, we've seen upgrades in the portable scales being used to weigh a rolling stock. We've seen it upgraded to a state-of-the-art rollover scale to where a vehicle can keep rolling. Not only that, as it rolls, it uses lasers to measure the vehicle so we know the exact cube that it is so that we can fit it in an aircraft. This isn't only safer for our men and women working there, but it's much more accurate. Next, he capitalized again on Mobility Guardian and was able to get funding to upgrade the facility by installing a pallet roller system for cargo and equipment, another leap forward in our operations that we accomplished here at Team Fairchild. In all, the efforts were able to bring the wing's cargo and processing requirements, they were able to be cut by 99.8%. So a lot more efficient, a lot safer, and just a better working environment for our men and women down there every day. I could go on about how he led his team to great accomplishments, but again, like I said, we'd be here all day, and I think it's summed up pretty simply. The LRS was recognized as the Air Force's 2019 Logistics Readiness Squadron of the Year. That's a Herculean feat. You did a great job, and I'm honored to have gotten to work with you, and I know you're going to continue to lead our men and women better. Chad, you've done an amazing job, and I know you and Susan will continue to lead and take care of our airmen and their families wherever you go. You'll both do great in the next command, I absolutely have no doubt. Major Alf and Emily, we're happy to have you here as part of Team Fairchild. And really for Tia, I think I should actually say welcome home, right? So she's local. As we learned, TFI within the own family, grandparents in the 141st, right here at Fairchild Air Force Base. He graduated from Cheney and went to WSU down in Pullman. So a local person back home. It's great to see. Major Alf is ideally prepared to lead the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron. She joins us from AMC's Chief of Staff. I've worked in the MAGCOM's Chief of Staff's office before, and it is a busy place. But what it's enabled you to do is to be able to see almost every issue that a commander has to deal with from that level. And I think that will pay huge dividends. Prior to that, she served on US Transcom staff, where she was on the Commander's Action Group. She's also been the AMC A-Force Standardization and Resources Branch Chief, and she's been a detachment commander in Singapore, as well as the installations deployment officer at Yokota Air Base. She's also served outside of the logistics community in a critical role at Los Angeles Air Force Base, where she was the SARC, another key role for our squadrons and our units. Her first assignment was at Ramstein. Must have been tough being in Germany for your first assignment. Nice place. Where she was the War Reserve Material Officer and then the Vehicle Management Flight Commander. In short, Major Alf's career and her experience runs deep, from squadron and installation level all the way up to MAGCOM and combatant command level. Having a mix of experience will serve you well, and it has prepared you for the task of squadron commander. I have just a few small bits of advice. You have spent a career getting to this point, and you have amassed the job knowledge needed to be successful. Today, the Air Force is entrusting you with a combat-ready squadron, the basic building block of the most powerful Air Force the world has ever known. Today, in this change of command, it's all about you. But tomorrow, later on today, from the second you drop your salute and you assume command until the day you relinquish it, It's all about them. And the men and women who are watching on that camera right now, it's all about taking care of them and making sure they have what they need to succeed. From here on, the men and women of the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron are part of your extended family. Lead with your heart, love your people, and strive to make them the best that they can be, and they'll take care of you. And if you do that, you'll have a highly successful command tour here at Fairchild, and you'll be able to walk away knowing that you made a difference in the lives of our airmen and their people. Tia, I firmly believe that you're completely ready for command, and I'm confident that you will well and faithfully lead the men and women of the 92nd Readiness Squadron into a bright future. I'm excited for you and your family as you enter command, and I know you continue to do great things.
Thank you, Colonel Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen present in the room, please stand. Today, on behalf of Colonel Johnson, Mrs. Wharton will present and honor her husband, Major Wharton, for his military achievements. Will the both of you please come forward and join Colonel Johnson for the presentation of the Meritorious Service Medal?
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Executive Order 16 January 1969, has awarded the Meritorious Service Medal, 2nd Oak Leaf Cluster, to Major Chad M. Wharton for meritorious service 16 June 2018 to 11 June 2020. Major Chad M. Wharton distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service in the United States while assigned to the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron, 92nd Mission Support Group, 92nd Air Refueling Wing, Fairchild Air Force Base, Washington. During this period, Major Wharton led a team of 268 airmen in the execution of full-spectrum logistics operations in support of the Wing's Rapid Global Mobility mission. An innovative leader, his team amplified the Wing's contingency response capabilities by sourcing and executing $533,000 in cargo deployment function innovations, cutting cargo processing requirements 99%, directly affecting the Air Refueling Wing's nuclear priority mission. Additionally, Major Wharton led 462 airmen from 26 squadrons to support 388 missions during the Air Force's largest mobility exercise, Mobility Guardian 2019, contributing to the Wing's 3rd consecutive Air Force Outstanding Unit Award. Furthermore, he partnered with higher headquarters to push the envelope of agile response, testing the command's first deployable fuels operational readiness capability equipment kit, benchmarking processes across the enterprise, and showcasing this force multiplier capability in the Air Force Times. Finally, Major Wharton's inspiring leadership garnered consecutive Air Mobility Command Dedallion Award nominations, which culminated in the squadron's selection as the 2019 Air Force Logistics Readiness Squadron of the Year. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Major Wharton reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Thank you, Mrs. Wharton. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, we would like to welcome Major Wharton to the podium for his final remarks.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to break with tradition here a little bit because we did a little bit of a talk earlier, but I can't guarantee I won't sweat in this region of my face. But I wanted to throw some important ladies up at the very, very front of what I wanted to talk about. If you were able to tune in, Mom, I would not be standing here right now without you and your guidance and your Air Force service and convincing me to join the dark side. I love you and I appreciate you. Hopefully you can travel to see us at Travis soon. To Sydney and Claire, wherever you're at. Sid, dude, Every morning, no matter how hard my night was or my day was, how long I was at work, I could count on you getting up at 5:30 every morning, coming to get me up, and with a smile on your face for a guaranteed breakfast date. And you were the best start to my day, every day. And then to that smoking hot bombshell of a lady in the front row, a beautiful and caring and amazing lady, Susan. Dude, I have watched you grow as a leader this year. I have watched you grow as a mom. I did my best to come home every night for dinner, and I know I didn't, but your patience was profound, and you were the secret to my sanity. So thank you for everything, and I'm so glad to have you as a partner on this team. Okay, back to the festivities. So Colonel Salmi and Mrs. Salmi, sir, if you left for your TLF, I think we're neighbors right now, so if you are signed in, thank you for allowing this team, this LRS team, the freedom of movement to take risk. Sir, I appreciate your leadership, and I would say that it paid off. Sir, Tina, you guys have been incredible mentors for us, for our clan, for our family. You've been great leaders and advocates for the LRS to allow us to succeed. I have never eaten more cookies and drank better coffee than I have with y'all, and I am so happy for your upcoming retirement and whatever the next chapter brings y'all. Please let us know. I'm really excited for what you kids are going to get up to next and who you're going to take care of next. So please keep leading strong, and Godspeed to y'all. To Lieutenant Blaylock, Sergeant Paras, Sergeant DiVitale, and team, I know this is frustrating. I think it's the first one out the door. I know there was a lot of churn, but you guys are sending me off on the right foot and bringing Tia in on the right foot, and I appreciate your guys' work. I know it was hard, but thank you for the time. And Chaplain Ritter, where you at? You still in here? Hey, what's up, Chaplain? We have had a lot of hard talks, brother, a lot of difficult discussions. You have helped our LRS family, you and your chaplain, and Chaplain Schutzius and team. You guys carry the spiritual health of the wing on your shoulders, and I really appreciate y'all, so thank you for being here. You guys do it well. Okay, to my triad, both past and present, I could not have worked with a more caring, fun, and dedicated team. So between Chief McCowan, who's PCS now, Senior Dauberton, who's on his way out to retire, Senior Fig, Sergeant Parkus, Sergeant Spivey, who got to hang out with us and served admirably as a shirt for 6 months. I have maybe spent more time with y'all than I have with my wife over the last 2 years. And I can't, it was always with good food and good fun and good discussion and a constant focus on making the world a better place. And I really appreciate y'all. You brought heart and soul to work every single day. And to my ops team, Doug, Mike, I'm so glad you could be here today. Justin, at the end of the day, your ability to be the wing's chess master was the glue that held this squadron together, and I really appreciate y'all. Thank you, everybody. To our key spouse team, Christine, Brooke, Alyssa, Stephen, Sasha, and gone now, Thomas and Kylie. You guys carried our squadron family at every turn. You carried meals for new babies, and you guys don't know yet, but there's going to be a couple more meal trains coming up in the next few weeks. That should be cool. To family suffering, and cookies to the dorms. You always work to do more, and I thank y'all for that. Now, if anyone has heard me lament, and I talked about this at the MSG, my dream job one day was to be a director of operations, because that's all the Gucci fun stuff and none of the signatures. And I always wanted to be a commander, but I figured it was way off in the horizon, and I was going to be a grumpy, grizzled, tired old lieutenant colonel like Colonel Crisio or Colonel McCarthy there in the back, and talking about when I was a plumber and back in my day. And man, all my commanders out there, including hopefully Jonathan, you can make it, and anybody else out there, your mentorship was awesome. The best decisions in the swing are made around the fire pit, so please keep it alive. And lastly, and to the absolute best, to the men and women of our LRS, what a journey it's been. I am so blessed to have had the chance to serve along each and every one of you. We've enjoyed great success in this wing, and we've also endured some pretty terrible tragedy. And some say command is hard, and that may be true. I cherished every day of it, and I would say that the hard part of command is leaving it and leaving everything that's happened. We have grown together, and we have laughed together, and we have cried together. We've thrown down on the pavement during office chair Mario Kart. Nobody got hurt. We have endured 6 million Scoville hot sauce, you sadists. And people throw that family word around a lot when talking about squadrons. I know I mentioned some of this to y'all earlier, but I really saw what that meant, and that put that into perspective in our LRS. Talking about Mobility Guardian and having 400 rental cars to park, our whole squadron came together, and it was spitting snow, and there was a blizzard going on, and it was freezing cold. And I saw everyone from the squadron march in to help, bringing coffee and food to our airmen working out there. And then the next week, they turned around and taught the wing how to drive in the snow to protect them. Taking plans and dropping everything you have without question to go wrap your arms around a grieving mom and her family in another state when we lost an airman. Just little sparks everywhere of what family meant. You know, we take care of each other, and I'm really proud to be part of that family. And with all this success and the recognition and laughter and cold and huddled around a Nintendo Switch with 5 other folks getting my butt kicked at Super Smash Brothers, we've experienced short notice deployments and a global pandemic and some pretty tragic national unrest. And through it all, you continue to serve our enduring and most lethal Air Force. And I couldn't be more excited to keep going on this journey. Tia, it's really funny, and I wonder if sir, you said lead with your heart, and that's what I have written down here. I said, I only ask that you lead with your heart, because it is your love for your airmen that will stand the test of time. It is the thing they will remember 20 years from now, and 10 years from now. It's the impact that you had on them in their lives. So I wish you and Emily all the best. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Major Warren. At this time, the men and women of the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron, represented today by the Squadron First Sergeant, Master Sergeant James Parkis, wish to render one last salute to their outgoing commander. Traditionally, the change of command and responsibility is symbolically marked by the relinquishment of the unit guidon by the outgoing commander to the presiding official, who then presents the guidon and thus authority to the incoming commander. While the official party will not physically pass the guidon due to health guidelines, the spirit of transferring complete and total responsibility from one commander to the next still remains. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the change of command ceremony. Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, Headquarters, 92nd Air Refueling Wing, Fairchild Air Force Base, Washington. Special Order G-20-001. Subject, change of command. Under the provision of Air Force Instruction 51-604 and effective 11 June 2020, Major Chad Wharton is relieved of command of the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron, and Major Tia Alf assumes command. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is my honor to present you the Commander, 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron, Major Tia Alf.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, 92nd LRS, glad to join you. Wish you were all here so much. Thank you, Colonel Salmi, Colonel Johnson, Tina. Thank you so much for welcoming us with warm arms and the whole team here at Fairchild. It's been overwhelming and incredible and such a warm welcome. We already feel like we're at home. Colonel Johnson, thank you for entrusting the women and men of the 92nd LRS to me. It's an honor to be joining a dedicated and diverse group of professionals. Supporting this extraordinary mission, I'm aware of the incredible effort and the impressive accomplishments of the team that I'm joining, and I don't take it lightly. I'm also aware of the challenges that lie ahead and my incredible duty to dedicate all of myself to this team and the critical mission in support of our nation. I'm greatly humbled by the honor to serve with this team, and I'm excited for our future accomplishments together. I'd like to thank my fellow commanders. Thank you for those of you that can make it today, and those of you that are attending virtually. I look forward to building partnerships over the years to come, no matter where we all end up. I also wanted to thank you who organized today's ceremony. I acknowledge the incredible amount of work that went into this, and I greatly appreciate it. I can't offer enough thanks to Major Chad Wharton and his family. It's clear from all of our conversations that your time with the LRS and all that the team has accomplished was due to your incredible leadership. Major Wharton, he leaves some incredibly big shoes to fill, and he set the squadron on the right path for continued achievement. It's hard to leave a unit, I can't even imagine. But the good news is that Travis Air Force Base gets to have an incredible commander on their team, and I know they're looking forward to having you. Thank you for all of your mentorship, and I look forward to continuing it in the future. Finally, I'd like to thank my family. I know a lot of you are tuning in virtually today. We have Alfs, Hans, and Mathers. I appreciate all of you. Our ability to stay connected and supportive of one another regardless of distance or global pandemic, it really speaks to the strength of the family support network. And a lot of you know that's one of my top priorities is family. So I appreciate all this support that you've given me and that we've given each other, no matter the distance. Thank you for your boundless support and your gracious, gracious patience. Thank you to my grandparents who are here today. They proudly served in the 141st Air Refueling Wing right here at Fairchild, and they demonstrated how to live a life of service not only to our country, but also to our family. My parents who are also here today, they continue to farm the land that embraces this installation. They've provided undefinable support, no matter where I've been located, all around the globe. Most importantly, thank you to my fearless wife. She's on this journey with me, and she gives me strength and stability. She provides the sane part of my day, no matter how insane things get. You all are my sturdy foundation, and I love you very much. Women and men of the 92nd LRS, I look forward to serving alongside you as we continue to build upon a proud tradition that is uniquely ours. We'll glide through the days ahead with tenacity and teamwork, and know that I am beyond grateful for the opportunity to serve with you. Let's get after it.
Thank you, Major Alf. At this time, the men and women of the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron, represented today by the Squadron First Sergeant, Master Sergeant Parkis, wish to render a first salute to their incoming commander. Ladies and gentlemen, the men and women are proud to have served with Major Wharton. We wish him and his family the best of luck in their journey. We also welcome Major Alf to the 92nd Logistics Readiness Squadron. Thank you to all of those who joined us virtually and to the Red Morgan Center staff, to the Change of Command POC, to the Public Affairs team, to the Protocol team, to the Chaplain team, and everyone else who made today's ceremony possible. Please stand for the singing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Thank you and have a great day.